It's probably like 60 feet high total.
And then, like, does it go it goes all the way up, or it really is
Oh,
like a chimney?
it goes all the way up.
All the way.
Nope.
I'm curious what exactly you're asking.
I just look up. I just look up, and then I'm gonna follow and through the back door.
Okay, you just sort of contemplate for a second, and then you're like, nah.
Yeah.
And you just walk it through the back door.
Of course.
Okay. He runs up the stairs, and he enters this living room that's now like heartily on fire. And you're up there with him. Pocket, what have you done in the meantime? Like, there's this Numenera device in the middle of the floor that spits gouts of flames. You knocked Jane to her knee.
Did it turn off after it left her hand? Or
yeah, it was like a one-shot thing where just like
Gotcha.
it spewed a gout of flame and then it was gone. But
okay, I want to, okay, well, I have vision. It lets me see in dark, dim light, etc. And I have goggles that let me see through steam and smoke. So no matter what, I'm staying in the room as long as I can.
Okay.
I also have take advantage of hurt and weak people, and she is definitely on the ground, so I can take advantage of her.
Okay.
I grab her by the hair
Yeah.
and shout in her ear.
Okay.
Let's see. Like
oh my gosh, Jesse, this poor innocent woman. You're like burning her
She just tried to like shoot fire.
and like trying to kill her. Because you're
Can I
like
grab her
freaking her
hair?
out and make
Good. I grab her I grab her hair with one hand and the pole arm with another. Can I do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good.
Okay.
And pole arm with the other, and I hold the blade to her throat and I just yell, "Speak, tell me everything you know." And
Yeah.
I just shut up and I move to the back of the room.
Mm-hmm.
And so if anyone wants to get to us, they have to get through the fire and the smoke to get to us.
Yeah. Okay, well, the smoke is starting to fill the atmosphere. You're starting to have a little bit of trouble breathing. You can still see fine. Have you like pulled down your goggles and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Amelia, you run up the stairs after this guy. This is the scene you see. There's Jimes standing to your left. Across the room, there's Jane being held at the back of her hair by Pocket, who's got this huge like pole arm to her throat, and the room is on fire. Bleen, this guy pulls out this dagger covered in this resinous substance, and he just goes charging for you. What do you do?
In terms of, can I get a sense of where he's trying to stab at me?
Yeah, he's just like going for your thigh, right? He's just trying to stick it in you.
I'm just gonna leave that alone. I'm trying to think.
Phrasing.
So with my tendril, it's called a stinging tendril, right? Because it could, I can attack specific spots with it.
Yeah.
Can I attack his wrist and make him drop this blade? Could I go for something like that?
Yeah, you could give that a shot. I'd say that's more difficult than a normal attack, but absolutely.
Okay, I still have might actions, right?
Yeah.
Or I mean, sorry, muscles of iron. It lasts 10 minutes.
Yep.
Okay. Let me move over to this screen. D20, 19.
Oh my God,
Wow.
dude, that's ridiculous.
So
you
what-
get to strike a specific body part for free, and you also deal your full damage.
Yeah,
You don't get the +3 in order to strike this specific body part, or the +3 damage if you choose to strike the hand. But yeah, you hit it.
yeah. I want to. And what is by striking his hand? What does that do? Does it make it?
I mean, you did that to make him drop the knife, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you just like reach out with your tendril, you slap the shit out of his wrist. How much damage do you deal again?
I mean, it's just speed damage, so I would think it's only a 4. But
Okay,
it's with
so
the normal attack, so is that 7 as well?
I
mean, I don't know
yes.
how this would go.
I mean, it's a normal attack, so you deal the damage from your weapon plus the damage from. Well, you need a separate attack for the speed damage.
You want me to roll another d20?
Yeah.
20.
Holy shit, dude. Okay,
Dude,
so
what the hell?
tell
Holy
us
crap,
how
we're
you
rolling
kill
really
this
good
man
this week.
by breaking his wrist.
Wait, what?
So when the tentacle snaps his wrist, it actually goes through the wrist, and the tentacle actually rips the bones from his arm all the way off. So I basically just ripped the bones from like his shoulder down out
Yeah.
of his wrist.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
how is that even possible?
Because I rolled a 20. I don't know. And
It's a martial arts movie, man. Come on.
yeah, and
This shit happens all the time.
All the time.
as he like slumps to the ground, I walk back over to the place where I was meditating and return into the meditation.
Okay. Take 1 XP
Okay.
and give 1 XP to your friend.
Okay. You know, I'm gonna not give it to my friends because my friends left me. So yeah, they're nowhere here.
Oh my god.
Okay, good.
There's no one here. I'm not just gonna be like, you know,
You
I really
chose
like
not to
that
give it
pocket
to.
guy.
You chose not to go with us.
It's a metagamey sort of thing, right? You can give it to someone who you feel is doing something entertaining, or who hasn't gotten as much XP. It's JP giving it to one of his friends, not Bleen.
Okay, I'll give it to djWHEAT then.
Yay.
Okay, you in your aggression, your sheer fury at Sinsen, you stab your tentacle through his arm, and the force of this blow knocks the dagger into the air, and you rip his arm off, and there's blood goes.
It's like
just
Fist of the North Star thing, where it's just like
yeah, 3
blood goes
gallons of
everywhere.
blood go just spraying across the screen. The camera is seeing red now,
You
and
done goofed. You done goofed. Oh
you
no.
you push him down to the ground and turn around and compose yourself and take 1 single step towards your meditation spot, and the dagger comes falling, chunk, and it lands right in your shoulder, and it staggers you. The weight of this dagger almost driving you to the ground. It hit you so furiously, and immediately your entire vision just goes wow, and you see all of these golden threads going through the air, and you can tell that you are high as balls immediately when this thing touches you. Would you roll a speed defense roll for me, please?
Sure.
How quickly will it?
17.
Oh damn. Okay, so you just shake your head and you muscle through it, you're still in solid control of your faculties, but you can tell that this stuff is super potent, concentrated form of dataglin that's been injected directly into your bloodstream by this dagger. So yes. AAA.
He's gonna be a druggie no matter what he tries to do.
You
So
open
what
the door.
happens when I open the door?
And this blast of cold comes rocketing out of the house, and it's actually hard for you to make out exactly what's happening, because when you look, there's just this shape in the middle of your vision where you just have no vision. You have no sight there. But the ground is freezing and cracking. The dirt and dust is literally freezing into solid chunks that are cracking beneath this thing. You can feel the weight as it slams itself forwards out of the house into the middle of the town square. It goes crashing into this fountain in the center, and then it turns around and you hear this psychic reverberation, and Pocket and Amelia and Bleen, you all hear this psychic reverberation from off on the north side of town, and anybody who is cognizant and awake and alive, they immediately hear, and their senses are just kind of battered for a second. What do you do?
I'm going to pull out. Do I have? Okay. Yes, I wanted to make sure this was actually a cipher I had. My temporal viewer.
Okay.
And what it looks like, it's a polished crystal lens with an ivory handhold on each side.
Mm-hmm.
One handhold has a smooth synth panel built into it, and to activate it, I run a finger down the synth panel. And what happens is this displays moving images and sounds up to 10 minutes in length, depicting events that occurred at the current location up to 1 year prior.
Okay.
Whoa.
How far in the past are you trying to go with this?
I just basically want to kind of from this moment and just keep going back as far as I can. Where at this location, what has happened?
Oh, so are you starting right now and going
Yeah,
back
and then
10
going
minutes?
backwards. Kind of if you were watching a movie and it's showing you backwards. It's
So rewinding.
yeah, rewinding time.
starting from now, rewinding 10 minutes won't show you a whole lot, right? Because you were sitting across the way, watching for a long time, and then you came over and knocked on the door. So
Oh, it only does
probably,
it for 10-minute periods. It doesn't
well,
do it.
it does it for a 10-minute total, up to 10
Okay.
minutes in length.
Okay. Well, then I would like to do that from before
Okay.
I got
Like-
there. Then.
Before you got here, like maybe this morning or something like that. Give me an intellect roll and let's see. So like you're kind of doing this on the fly. You're not trying to pick anything specific in order to try and view a piece of time. So it's kind of a grab bag what you'll get, just to warn you. But I can give you an intellect roll to see if you can choose like the right time.
Okay. Is this going to be a hard
Yes.
roll, you think? Okay. I would like to use some edge then.
Okay. Do you have any other assets that can help you?
I just have Numenara. I don't know if that actually helps at all.
Yes, I'll give that to you here because you're trained in the Numenera, so you can sort of know how to
And
manipulate
I have
this
21
thing to
int,
its-
so can
to
I
its
use more
maximum
int?
effect. Did you increase the amount of effort you have?
You mean edge?
No, effort. So you have like 1 or 2 levels of effort, and as you level up, you can increase.
no,
your
I just
levels
have-
of effort.
I just have my pool. I increased. I just
Okay,
increased
so-
my intelligence pool.
Yeah. So then you can still only use 1 level of effort, even though you've increased your intelligence.
So I use that, and I'm gonna roll to lower it 1 step.
Okay.
Oh my god!
So
I don't know if that actually helped then.
you hold up this device towards what? Towards the door or towards the fountain?
Towards the door.
Okay. You hold up the device, and you like rewind, and you're sort of like running your finger down the panel to rewind a little bit, but then like the weight of this thing's crashing into the fountain jolts your arm where you're like leaning against the house, and you like spin sort of randomly, and you end up sort of like at nighttime, maybe like 10 days ago or something like that, and you see a human like come up to the door of the house, and he opens it, and he steps inside, and he calls out, and I don't think you can actually hear anything. Let me take a look at this. Displays moving images and sound, and he calls out and he says, yes, my good sir, it's right this way. It's been abandoned for some time. I think it will be to your liking. And a figure strides forwards, a dark man in a gray cloak strides in, and you hear him say, yes, this will do nicely. And then you see a young boy come running onto the frame of the picture, and it's Threll, who you saw earlier. And he goes, and he goes running away out of the picture, and then there's this huge thing that crosses into the frame of this image. And then at that moment, the creature picks itself up from this fountain and shakes itself off, and you hear this like crackling, rippling sound as it does, and it turns and it faces you, and it just goes charging at you, eating the ground between itself and you. What do you do?
And this is like real time actually happening
Yes, this is real time.
now. I'm going to try to dodge the direction because he's coming at me pretty fast.
Mm-hmm. Okay, give yourself a speed defense roll.
All right.
10. I have to actually look this up now. Mm-hmm. Where did I put it? This is something that's been coming for a long time. Bah.
Oh, you screwed.
I know.
You're dead. You are
Come
dead.
help me. Help.
Look, I would love to, but I am in a fire room right now. So help
Yeah, but you can
yourself.
see through all that shit. Like you're good.
Look, I did it for a reason. I got a plan. I always have a plan.
I figured you did.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault that every week Steve comes up with a way to ruin all my plans.
And then, by
week
the
I'm
way,
like,
the
I wanna
reason
do
why
this,
I was
this,
saying
this.
that chick was innocent because we know that like she's not the one that's doing the ice stuff, but
They're
I
connected in
guess she
some
wasn't
way.
innocent at
They
that
are, I
moment
think
because she
they
did
are.
attack
Connected
him.
in some way.
But he kind of
Meta
came
game.
in her house, and he was like, Yeah, you were a creeper in her house.
That's right.
As an
That's right.
impartial observer of what's going on here,
I would try
do
to kill
have
you
to
if you were
say
doing that to me
Pocket
at my house.
was pretty creepy.
Good. Good. I was
No
trying to
way.
get under her skin. I learned that she knows a lot, didn't I?
Yeah.
Didn't I?
She just like slams this huge creature. It's like the size of like an ox, a bull ox or something like that. It's just this massive spot in your vision where you can't see. As it is approaching you, you're almost stricken by fear and you can't actually move out of the way fast enough to avoid it. You get this image of like tentacles sort of like flapping at the edges as it pounds towards you on like segmented legs that dig into the earth and leave huge scars out in the front of this house. And it slams into you, crushing you against this house. You take 6 points of damage, ignoring 1 point of armor.
Jeez.
Wow.
And that goes straight into might first, right?
Yeah, might first. And let's find out what's happening with Pocket and
That's a lot
Amelia.
of
So,
damage.
Pocket and Amelia, Jimes runs into the room, and Pocket, he sees you, and he just immediately
can I ask
dives.
a question?
Yeah.
What is the so is there a lot of smoke or no smoke?
There is a moderate amount of smoke.
But so he can see me through the smoke?
Yes. It's starting to like lower on the ceiling, sort of drifting downwards.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So he just like dives straight for you. He doesn't even really care that you've got. Yeah. Okay. So what do you do?
He dives straight for me. Can he reach me? Does he have the ability to get me past his wife?
He can sort of like try to tackle you, which is what he's trying to do. But that's all he's trying to do. So
All
he's
right.
like sprinting across the room, diving at you. What do you do?
Can I pull back at his wife with the weapon and yell at him to stop? Or would he not pay attention to that? Do I not have time for that to happen?
He's like in midair. You could like try to dodge out of his way. You would have a disadvantage because you're holding his wife if you don't want to like hurt her. So yeah.
All right. I will. Can I use my sleight of hand ability to quickly toss living solvent on his leg?
Oh
What?
my god.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, I'll let you make a speed attack and toss living solvent on him as he's flying through the air. And I'll let you use your sleight of hand to like get it out and throw it, more easily. So go
Come
ahead
on, 20. I don't want to murder him. I just want to stop him for a minute.
Okay. So Jesse.
I want to spend 1 point of XP. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I don't like when you go, so Jesse, nope. I'm going to re-roll.
Okay.
Spend my XP. There we go.
Okay, cool. So, Jesse,
God damn you.
take 1 XP and give 1 XP to your friend.
Are you going to melt my fucking hand off? I swear to God. That's what sleight of hands are. All right, I'll take 1 and I'll give it to Amelia. Why not?
Okay. So, as Jimes is leaping towards you, Jane sort of like tries to stand up in your arms, and she goes, "No, Jimes!" and she jostles your arm, and you just like her elbow hits the living solvent in your hand, and it shatters on her arm and on your hand, and it just starts burning, and it hurts. It's burning. There's an acrid smell of like flesh dissolving and hair cauterizing. It's gross. Jimes slams into you, and like there's still living solvent on the both of you. It gets all over like his chest, so it starts burning him. So Jimes and Jane both start shrieking as they start getting dissolved by this living solvent. What do, Amelia? Because you've just seen everything go straight to shit.
Pocket, I think this is the last time we let you go through with your plans. I mean, is there anything that I can do to stop this? Not really.
Hmm.
Do I have any knowledge of how to stop this? If I look around, I see some water, I see a blanket. I don't. Is there? I mean, I don't want them to die.
Jesse,
What?
this isn't just any living solvent. This is a cipher, a level 9 cipher.
What the fuck?
That sounds really bad.
Once released, this organic slime dissolves 1 cubic foot of material each round. After 1 round per cipher level, the slime dies and becomes inert. So you've basically released, like, no shit, a living creature that is, like, consuming the 3 of you right now.
I
Rip
immediately
Pocket,
just
Rip
pocket.
Pocket.
I just do whatever I can to get him away from.
You just run forwards and grab Pocket. You've got this blob of, like, living, ooze on the end of your arm, Pocket. It's dissolved your right hand off entirely. So Amelia, like, you get over to Pocket, you grab him.
Amelia and my face are like weed in my face. They're both like.
What do you do, Amelia?
Well, I mean, I suppose I pull really hard, and then I'm rather surprised by him tumbling. As I pull him off.
Yeah.
And I suppose I wrap the hand and whatever I can. I mean, is his hand still?
No. No, what he's saying is it's effed. All right, enough of this.
No. I wrap your stump. Sorry, I wasn't done with my sentence. Like, I'm wrapping your stump, just hoping that you feel a little bit better about it. Maybe you won't look. And
No, but can he do that? Can he? I mean, is it still going? What is the situation like? I don't want you to wrap it and then it.
Yeah.
The slime, like, it touched all 3 of you. It broke off into 3 chunks. So, like, Jane's arm is, like, being dissolved at the elbow. There's, like, her wrist and hand are lying on the floor as this thing eats its way up her arm, and she's screaming, and there's blood and the scent of, like, dissolving flesh. And Jimes, like, he's got, like, a smear of it across his chest, and it's like his entire chest is just caved in, and his face is, like, blue, and there's, like, a little bit of bloody foam on his lips. And this thing is just, like, going straight through his chest cavity into the floor. So that's the situation. Pretty normal.
So as I have pulled Pocket off,
But I mean, what is the situation with my hand? Yeah, I think that's. What
you've got living solvent stuck to the end of your hand. It's like chewing its way up your arm. It's probably like halfway from your hand to your elbow now. So, like, if you could somehow, like,
all right.
So
I
chop off your arm.
I pull my hand away from Amelia and shout, like, you should have done your job. And I slam my hand down on the blade of my arm down the blade of the pole arm as hard as I can.
Yeah.
In an attempt to cut off what is still solvent.
Make a might attack roll against yourself.
Oh my god, I can't even believe this is happening. Oh.
16. Okay, you just, like, drop this glaive to the ground and slam your, like, elbow down on it, and with a sickening crunch your arm separates at the elbow, and this living solvent just, like, dissolves a hole into the floor, and it eats its way down into the lower part. You're, like, right above the kitchen, so it's eating its way into the linoleum of the kitchen down below you. It hurts, right? That is some serious pain. You've got, like, phantom pain from your hand being dissolved. You just cut off your own arm at the elbow. Totally badass, by the way.
Still not amused. Let's keep going. What do I need to do now?
And Amelia, what's your reaction to all of this?
Well, silly Pocket shouldn't be playing with such obviously dangerous things, but I would say that Amelia is suffering almost from a state of shock.
Is it his left arm or his right arm? It'd probably be his main arm, right? Because that's what he's holding the.
I feel like it's his right arm because that's what he would use to grab the solvent and throw it. Pocket.
What's your throwing arm, Pocket?
At this point, it doesn't fucking matter. Whatever my throwing arm is, I assume that's the one that's gone now.
That's you've got it. That's what's gone on.
So what is my state of being right now? because I would. There's some stuff I'd like to do, but if I can't, I'd like to know.
You know, you're losing blood, you're in pain, but like you're a fierce guy, right? You're not just anybody. You're a jack. You've been in pain before. You've been stabbed before. Like, you can sort of muscle your way through this and keep yourself from going into shock. You might want to fashion some kind of tourniquet and stop.
I yell at Amelia to take one of my daggers and put it in the fire while I try to fashion some. Well, I start ripping off like part of my shirt. And I'm like, put this in the fire, and just like push it on the floor to her. And then while I'm starting to rip off the shirt, is the woman still alive, or is she? Because she should still be alive. The other guy's dead. He got a thing in his chest. But is she still alive?
She's gonna die unless you do something, because this living solvent is like eating its way up her arm straight for her chest, and it'll get there eventually and just dissolve its way across her body.
All right, so I
like, this is a seriously powerful weapon you unleashed.
All right, look, it happens. It happens. So I didn't fucking know. So I take this. Can I try to weird half hand, one hand cut off her up here?
Yeah, sure. That's gonna be pretty tough because she's like flailing and screaming. So
good. If I kill her, F it, I don't care. So I'm gonna try and see what happens, and hopefully I will murder her.
Oh my God, murder hobos. Okay.
As I'm sort of, you know, prepping the dagger, I say to Pocket, like, perhaps you could use that as a bargaining chip. Maybe she spills the beans, and if not, then you won't remove the thing that is going to be eating her face any moment.
And then I stop and look back and say, God damn, I love you. And I turn back and I'm like, speak and we'll save you. And I hold it right above where her shoulder blade is.
She says, please, I don't know anything.
And I'm like, what person who doesn't know anything tries to burn a man alive?
She says, you attacked me, and like the solvent goes up to like her socket of her arm, and it's dissolving its way into her chest. And what are you doing? Oh my God.
I don't do anything.
Okay.
Like, if you don't know anything, then I don't need you. And I put the pole arm down as drop it.
Okay, you drop the pole arm and you just like walk away.
Yeah.
Yeah, smoke is starting to get pretty oppressive in here. I think you guys are gonna have to start clearing out.
I'm pulling my shirt off, and I hold my cut up elbow up to Amelia, and I'm like, do it.
Yeah, Amelia, are you gonna?
Absolutely.
It's like the sound of frying meat as you hold this red hot dagger up to the.
You know what? I look at Pocket, and as we're like walking down the stairs, I go, let me handle this one. It looks like it's not a barbecue. It looks like it's Barba-you.
We're taking a break.
Oh my God. Oh no.
All right. We're just fading to black.
Yep, that was too good.
We'll see you soon. We'll see you soon.
Oh my God. Jesse, you
made that happen.
did that.